So I got these feral cats living in my backyard for like the last couple of years. I don't mind feeding them so much, but I don't give them names or anything. Last year there was just this mom cat that came around, and she had kittens, and then the cat that we assume is the dad started coming around too, and he was one beat up looking. He had like one eye, or his eye was swollen shut or something, and his mouth was all messed up, it's all bloody, and he was just one rough looking cat. He looked like something got a hold of him and shook him hard. And his tail was all bent, and he was all mangy. He was a gross looking cat. I did not like him hanging around. But I don't judge, if I had food for him, he could have as much as he wanted. I didn't want to fault him just because he was ugly. So then they had 4 kittens, and then there was 2 of them that were marked with markings just like the mother, and then one of them died. I'm not sure how. I'm not sure what killed him. I suspect he got bit by a snake or something, because they lived up in the wood pile up by the fence, and once that kitten died, they never went back in there. So I'm assuming something in there got a hold of him. But anyway, he died. His little body was laying in the grass there. Might still be there as far as I know. I mean, just the bones. But then there was a black one that was a real alpha cat. And like he would chase the others away from the food dish if he was eating. And the other 2 would chase him away. Like they would team up. They were not competitive with each other, but they sure didn't like him. I called him the alpha, because that's what he was, not because like I thought of that as his name. But anyway, the alpha one disappeared. It took a few more weeks, and then we saw the next batch of kittens. There was 5 of them. There was and all of them with the exact same markings as the mom and the one. So now they all looked exactly the same. The only difference is a lot of them were, all of the new kittens were really puffy. They looked like little fluff balls, except this one who had just really smooth fur. And I called that one Fancy. That's the only one that kind of has a name, because I always called that one Fancy because she acted like she was so fancy because she has the smooth down fur, and none of the others do. Anyway, shortly after that, just a couple of weeks ago, the mom disappeared, and so I only had, most of the kittens left, the first 2 from the first litter, and then the other 5 that kept coming around. And they all looked exactly the same, except for there was another one that was almost totally black out of the next 5. And then there was, the fancy one. But anyway, so I had those 8 cats, and then the mom disappeared, and then one evening I forgot to leave food out for them. I usually leave it out twice a day, but one evening I forgot to leave it out for them. But they still had some out there anyway. When I looked, I didn't think they were going to starve to death or anything, but the 2 older kittens always sat by the door and waited for me in the morning. But they haven't, ever since that one evening I forgot to go out there, they haven't been coming around. I haven't seen them out back, or in the mornings, or I just haven't seen them for a couple of days. So now there's only like 3 of the original kittens that are left. But so anyway, that's the story of the feral cats in my backyard.